Part B, review SQL queries. The first part, because there is another important feature before we do review, I want to explain this feature. Some of the students in the homework assignment already use it, but for the whole class, I like to, explain well. So then, for the remaining of the query questions, you can try to use it. So very useful feature. The having clause, having. Because at this point, when we want to represent some condition, we use the where clause, right? This having is quite different from the where clause. So let's learn. So what's the difference of this having clause? Oh, update. Before I talk about the formal content, I'd like to give you some updates, related to so otherwise later I may forget these things. So the first thing about project 2. The project 2, currently I put the deadline end of this Sunday, but I accept late submission, so I encourage, don't miss this one. Everyone should submit this one. So I give you, even if another week to this Sunday, next Sunday, you can still submit it, all right? So you have more time. That means if you submit by next Sunday, I won't take a penalty, all right? I won't put any penalty. So no penalty, all right? Although the earlier the better, so because the earlier, so I may think about some extra credit for you, right? So I encourage you to submit earlier, but some students, if they cannot make it, you can use another week, no penalty. So I hope you complete it. So that's one thing. Another thing is, in Monday's class, although I talk about the whole project, give you the code, but when I explain the details, I couldn't cover all the details, right? You can see some of the details I skipped, So I try to cover the most important part, but still I missed a part of the details. So I can create a video to talk about, the remaining part of the details, just to help you understand all the code better. So I plan to, I plan to create a video or videos, may split videos to cover the remaining details. All right? For your understanding. For some of the students, probably already enough, right? So you can understand, based on the given information, you can already understand. But I just, probably still a few students, you may need more explanation. So then, I can do this part. All right, so that's another one. Then, another thing I want to talk about is the SQL queries, this part. When I do grading, I notice a problem. When I do grading of, regarding the grading there. So right now, one student, I forgot, I need to complete, there is last student, I need to complete the grading of his assignment. Yeah. All right, so when I'm grading this assignment, the queries, I notice one big problem. I suspect some students give the questions to outside people to do for those students. Why? Why I suspect that? Because when I look at their answers, so I saw one phenomenon. So what's that? They use non-exact table field names in the queries. What's that? Non-exact. Because we have, in our database, we have our tables, table names, right? Yeah. When you write your queries, you should use exact, same table names, exact field names. But those, quite a few students, I estimate at least 40%, quite some students, they do not use the exact names. So the table names close to our close, okay? The field names also close. And sometimes, like description, so then I guess, so that's my guess, right? Yeah, so I use my logical reasoning. The reason is, the people who write the queries, they do not have our complete database, okay? And our students just give them the query statement. And they didn't give them the complete database. Then they do not use our, table name, exact table names, and exact, especially the field names. Field name, they just guess. They just say first underscore name, but we use F name, right? So they just guess something close to our field names for those students. That make me feel, I suspect, those students may probably, so they didn't do by themselves. They ask, other people, tutors, that kind of thing. Yeah. So that's not good. Although this time, I didn't. So I used the normal way to do the grading, but I feel it's not good for those students. Because if you need to answer those questions by yourselves, can you still do those questions? If you do not rely on other people, can you still do those questions? No. So that's why I feel. So I give those students another chance to fix it. Okay? So don't do the same thing next time. Don't do the same thing next time. Yeah. All right. So then, for me, for my side, I try to encourage those students. You just learn how to do the queries by yourselves. Okay? Pick up quickly. All right? Pick up quickly. So watch the videos, understand, study, pick up quickly by yourselves. Because our final our final 1 week from today, right? Our final, yeah. Our final on December 13th, Wednesday, 7:45 to 2 hours, 9:45 p.m. SSB 132, yeah. So you need to come to the classroom to complete the final, all right? Yeah. So at that time, you need to do the query questions, basic query questions, yeah. So you have to be able to answer those questions by yourselves, all right? Completely by yourselves, doing the right way. Yeah. So I emphasize that. Yeah. Then I will do this, still part A, part B. Part A, yeah. Here I will update my, because I give you the split before. Yeah. Now I need to modify slightly. The reason is this. The reason is I notice many students just let other people to help them answer the query questions. So I want to give those students last chance to fix it. Okay, that's my intention. Last chance to fix it. Yeah. Otherwise, after you graduate, so you may not learn how to do the queries. That's a big loss. Okay, I don't want to see that. Here, I do not talk about penalty thing, but you didn't have that skill, okay? SQL query skill. So that's something I very, very worry about, okay? So part A, this time I update to 10 plus 10, okay? 10 is the 10 concept question. Plus 10 basic query. I increased the older version 5 basic query question, 15 plus 5, all right? 15 plus. Now, because for those students, I want them to do more query questions. So I add 5 more basic query. Still basic, okay? When you prepare, not the complex part, the basic part, okay? Not too hard, not very hard, but you need to understand how to write those queries by yourselves. Okay? Yeah. So the basic query, all right? Yeah. Yeah. So part A. Part B, still, part B is, take home, right? Yeah. Part B. 5 complex. Yeah, complex queries. Yeah. So you can do it at home. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. But I want to see, for those students, I want to see how well they can do on these 10 basic query questions. Okay? Yeah. So you have 1 week. So you have to, when you do preparation, you need to really understand how to do basic queries. Those students, okay? Yeah. So that's something important I want to talk about. Okay? Yeah. All right. So you don't need to worry about any penalty. I will not give you a penalty, but you need to pick up the skill. Okay? The skill thing. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's the updates I want to give you, yeah, before the final. Next, let's do this having clause. First, let me give you the description. Yeah. So what does this special clause does. Yeah. After grouping, yeah. So here it is used combined with grouping. So in other words, if you do not do grouping, then you do not use this having clause, right? So here you see the biggest difference with this one and the where clause. Where clause we apply on the general condition, right? The where clause. Yeah. Here you apply it on specifically on the subgroups. When you do grouping, you define subgroups, right? Then the having clause, in the having clause, you write the condition that would be applied on individual subgroups. Now you can see the difference, right? Individual subgroups, yeah. One by one, okay? Yeah. Go through all the subgroups. Each time apply this condition. If it's true, select this group. If it's false, drop it. Do not select it. That simple. The meaning is that simple. Okay? Yeah, we need to understand this exact meaning. Yeah. How? Yeah. So repeat another time. Okay? I already give you the description, but here we repeat another time. Yeah. Having provides a condition on the summary information regarding the group of tuples associated with each value of the grouping attributes. Yeah. You use grouping attributes to define subgroups, right? Yeah. So you have subgroup. Each subgroup, you apply some, summary information. So here, the so-called summary information usually will be aggregate functions, right? Yeah. Think about why we do grouping. The reason we do grouping is we want to apply certain aggregate functions, right? Yeah. So that for aggregate functions. Yeah. Certain aggregate functions. Okay, all right. Now, when you apply aggregate functions, it's based on individual subgroups, right? For each subgroup, you apply aggregate function on it once. Okay? But when you do that, if you have the having clause, you need to evaluate the value of the having clause and to see it is true or false. If it is true, yeah, so the result of your aggregate function on this subgroup should be output. Selected. If it's false, pass it, skip it. No, do not select it. That's simple. Okay? Yeah. All right. Only the groups that satisfy the condition are retrieved in the result of the query. Yeah. Retrieved or selected. Yeah. You can say. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's the way how we use it. Yeah. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. All right. So then with that, you can see actually some of our query questions we can use this having clause. Yeah. But before, if you think about if you should use the having clause or not, first you want to see if in this question you use any aggregate function or not, right? If you do not use aggregate function, then forget it, right? Yeah. Because that's not the right place. Yeah, forget it. Yeah. First thing, it must use some aggregate function. Okay? Yeah. After that, because we use aggregate function, after that, yeah. So then you want to see if there is any specific condition, you need to, do evaluation on it related to the subgroups you define. Yeah. All right. Let me show you one simple example here. This example. For each project on which more than 2 employees work, this is a condition, right? Yeah. Each project. Yeah. So here you can see, when we select a project, we want to apply certain condition on it. Yeah. So this condition, more than 2 employees work on that project. Yeah. So we're interested in those projects. Yeah. Retrieve the project number, the project name, and the number of employees who work on the project. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 So the number of employees is aggregate function, right? So think about that, because you need to count number of employees by groups, right? Yeah, because the group you define based on the project. How do you define subgroups? Yeah. Based on project. Yeah. So you have all these, properties. Yeah. So here, this condition, you should use the having clause to do it. Okay? Yeah? All right. Answer. Select P number, P name, comma, count. Yeah? Count star, you apply it on subgroups. Yeah. This aggregate function on subgroups, each one by one. Okay? All right. Then, join 2 tables. Project, comma, works underscore on, then join condition where P number equals P node, then grouping. How to define groups? Group by P number. P number. Okay? Yeah. After that, you apply specific condition using the having clause on each subgroup. Here, each subgroup, number of employees inside one project. Yeah, one project. Yeah. So you count it. You count that number. Okay? The star represent the tuples for one subgroup. Okay? Yeah, the star. So it's different from our old way star. Star stand for all the tuples in one of the subgroups. Okay? Yeah. That's the meaning. Yeah. You count it, that number greater than 2. If this condition is satisfied, that group, that subgroup is selected. So then you have that row, okay, in your output. Otherwise, you do not have that row outputted. All right? Yeah? Pretty clear. Yeah. So there you can see many of our old questions, so we can do it in this way. Yeah. So this method, it gives you another powerful tool to write your queries. Yeah. Yeah. So try to learn, understand, so when you have the appropriate situations, so you can apply and do it in this way. Okay? All right. Although, if you use other ways, if it, logic correct, so that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. But this way, from the logic understanding, yeah, so pretty natural. When you do the understanding, very natural, right? Yeah. So that's the good thing. Okay? Yeah. All right. So then So here, sorry, yeah. Here I have, some basic rule, yeah, basic rule. Yeah, but let me write here in a simple way. All tuples for one subgroup. All right. Where clause is executed first. Yeah. So yeah. Because do not mess up. All right. When you understand the whole query statement, where clause is executed first to select joined tuples. So when you have table join, yeah, join tuples, before you apply the grouping, having condition, yeah. So where part, yeah, completed. Yeah. Then the having clause is applied later to select individual groups of the tuples. Yeah. Yeah. So do not do having part first before where condition. Okay? Yeah. So that order is important. Yeah. All right. Next, let's look at another example. Having clause in inner query. Yeah. So outer query, inner query. Yeah. Here I notice some problem. So in your answers of your homework assignment to be those assignment, I noticed one thing. When you write the queries, you didn't use nested queries much, okay? You didn't use nested queries much, okay? Although, so your statements, yeah, so not wrong, yeah. So that means you may still, many of you may still, you do not feel very comfortable using the nested queries. So outer query, inner query. So when you study, prepare for the final, so you need to prepare, try to understand nested queries better. Okay? Yeah. So here we do a nested query question. For each department that has more than 5 employees, here you can see this condition grouping part follow the typical pattern for the having clause, right? Department, we use department to define subgroups. Then condition, yeah, so the condition have specified in the having clause. All right. Retrieve the department number and the department of the number of employees, aggregate function, right? Yeah. Who are making more than $40,000. Yeah. So this question. Yeah. Outer query, inner query. Yeah. Yeah. Retrieve the department number and the number of employees. Outer query. Okay. Department. Yeah. Department. Outer query. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Then inner query. Outer query, you only apply it on department table. Okay? Yeah. All right. So look at the first part of the solution. Yeah, first part. Select D number, count the department number. Yeah, count. It is applied on each department. Each subgroup. One subgroup corresponds to one department. One department, we have a list of employees in that department. Yeah. Yeah. So we count the employee number. Yeah. From department, employee. Yeah. All right, so here, join table join. Yeah. Join. Where, join condition, and the salary, yeah. So here, salary greater than, yeah. So here, So I feel something is, yeah, okay, yeah. So the right salary, so the employee in the joint table, employee joint, department joint table, the salary attribute field greater than 40,000, yeah, all right. Then, but you have, so this is the first part. Then you have the second part. The second part, you want to apply another condition on the department number. Okay? Department number. Yeah. Because if the department, it does not satisfy this condition, you should exclude it from your query result. Exclude it. Yeah. So you do the second part. The second part, the department number must be in a set that satisfies the given condition. Yeah. So in parentheses, the inner query. So then we do inner query. So what's the inner query? Inner query, we use this having clause. We select department number from employee. Yeah. Employee has a department field. Yeah. Because here we want to count the number of employees in each department. So it's better we use the employee table. Yeah. Only one table is enough, employee table. Yeah. So here you can see when you do query, so when we do each part, we want to select the minimum number of tables to do the job. Yeah. But in your homework assignment, I know that sometimes you use too many tables. Yeah. So I will go back to that question. Question number 12 of your homework assignment. You use too many tables. Yeah. So here, we only use one table, employee, because we have enough information from this one table. Yeah. Some students may use multiple tables. Okay? So first, it makes your query statement too complicated. Okay? Second, it's hard to understand. Okay? Yeah. And you may not get a correct result. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Grouping, group by department number. Yeah. After that, for each department, you apply the count function in your having clause, and the number of employees should be greater than 5. Okay? When this whole condition, this whole part correct, then you select that department. Okay? Yeah. So this question, I think it's, try to study, spend some time, understand this question, because it's a typical query statement. We can use this having clause to help us to write certain conditions related to the aggregate function. Yeah. If you have aggregate functions, then you can think about this way. Otherwise, do not mess up. Right? Yeah. I want to put an alert, because some students, they may use it in the wrong place. That is, there is no aggregate function, the question, but they still apply the having clause. Then it is wrong. Okay, it is wrong. No aggregate function. Yeah. So make sure, do some basic checking before you apply the having clause. Yeah. All right. B.2, SQL queries in homework assignment 2B. Yeah. Here I want to select 5 questions and talk about some problems I noticed in your answers. Yeah. 5 questions. The first one, number 8. Our question number 8. List the first name, last name of those employees whose addresses contain no digit other than the street number. Yeah. So here you can see there are 2 parts, but many students only give me second part, not the first part. The first part, we have street number. Okay, so your pattern should include the street number part. Then the remaining part, no digit, 2 parts. Yeah, but so many students missed the street number part. Okay, yeah. So here, if we use the regular expression, yeah, so you can see the street number part, the digit when you start, yeah, then the plus sign, remember the plus sign, yeah. So some students give me repeat a number of times, right? Specific number. But here in the question, we do not know how many digits are used for the street number, right? Yeah, we don't know how many digits used for the street number. Yeah, yeah. So it's better use a plus sign. So we do not specify specific number of digits. Yeah. But here we need to use a space character to tell us where to stop. Yeah. Yeah. Then the non-digit part. Okay, non-digit part. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Quite some students. Quite some, that number, so pretty significant. Quite some students, they only do the second part. Yeah. So they just skip the street number part. So then they write the address without any digit, that way. Yeah. And some of the logic is very interesting. Yeah. It's correct. Yeah. For the second part, it's correct. So one student did in this way. Replace all the digit by the empty symbol. Yeah. Replace. Before replacement and after replacement, they have the same length. Then that means no digit, right? Yeah. So you have many different ways for your understanding. So you can write different solutions. Yeah. It's correct. The logic is correct. Here, basically, I check your logic. Okay. Yeah. So usually, I do not run it in our command window. Yeah. Although I can do it, but it takes too much time. Okay. So usually, I look at your query statement based on the logic. Yeah. Even if you have some small errors, but your logic is correct. So you should be fine. Okay. Yeah. All right. The second question, list the first name, number 9, last name, those employees whose addresses contain at least $1 sign and at least 1 dot. You have many ways to write it. Yeah. So one way you can use the regular expression in this way. Okay? Yeah. Another way, yeah, many students use the like way. Yeah. It's also correct. Like way, okay? Yeah. For this one, the like way can do quite well, okay? The right way, we know, the right way, we cannot do much using the like way. Yeah, but for this question, the like way can do it quite well, like. But when you do like way, do not use the double slash escape, because the dollar sign in the like way, it's not a special character. Okay, it's a normal character. Yeah. So you do just a dot %. This. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's good enough. Yeah. Some students get confused. Put a backslash. Yeah. You don't need that. Yeah. Dollar is a normal character. Yeah. % is a special character. Yeah. Dollar is a normal one. Okay. Yeah. Similarly, here, % dot. Dot is also a normal character. So you don't need a backslash. Okay? Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. yeah. So, yeah, but I noticed, yeah, I also noticed many students, so they didn't use the regular expression. So it looks like they tried to avoid regular expression. Yeah. So they try to use as much as they can. Yeah. We know regular expression is very powerful, so don't try to avoid regular expression. Okay. Yeah. So for many cases, you need to use regular expressions. Number 10, list the first name, last name of those employees whose supervisors are department managers. This one, you have many problems. You have many problems. The biggest problem is use too many copies of employee table. Too many copies. Here, we only need to use 2 copies, but those students use 3 copies. Okay? Yeah. The first copy, employee e-copy. Okay? Employee e-copy. The second copy, S-copy. Yeah. But many students use the third copy, supervisor. Okay? Yeah. But you do not need that copy. Yeah. Because when you use the employee copy, E, you have SSN and the super underscore SSN, right? Yeah. So these 2 fields under E copy. But when you have S copy, you also have the SSN and the super underscore SSN, right? Yeah, you have them. Yeah. Here, supervisor. Yeah, in employees, the supervisor, it connects to the super copy. That's the same thing. Okay, the supervisor in E table, E copy is the same as the SSN in S copy. All right. Then this one gives you the supervisor's supervisor, right? Yeah. So supervisor supervisor, okay? All right, supervisor's supervisor. Right? So you have the expression. When you have 2 copies, copy 1, copy 2, you can represent that already, right? Yeah. Why you need a third copy? So many students, they add a third copy, that's redundant. Okay? Yeah. Too many, redundant. Yeah. So that's the first. Yeah. Because this one you can check. This should be the department manager. Okay? This is department manager by comparison. Okay? Yeah. Quite straightforward. Yeah. All right? Yeah. So then, yeah, other than this problem, although there are some other problems, and yeah, but other problems are much easier to understand and to be fixed. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so let me move to the next question. Yeah. So here, this is the first solution. All right, yeah. So here, yeah, so I do not erase. We use the in operator. In operator. So this is the first solution. In, okay? The supervisor is not in the list of all the managers' ID. So this is the first solution. Okay? Yeah. The second solution, yeah. So you write this way, yeah, because is in, right, yeah. The second solution, you just join 3 tables, yeah. So when you have all the joint conditions satisfied, so you you select the appropriate employees. Yeah. All right, so these. Number 11, list the first name, last name of those employees who do not work on any project. Yeah, yeah. So this one. Yeah. So this one, actually typically there are two ways to understand this question. Yeah, typically. Yeah. So employees, first, you need to consider the employee table, E. Yeah, let's say employee table. E. Copy. Then you consider, because works on here, you need to consider works on table, W. W, that's works on table. Okay? Yeah. Employee, so you get a list of all the employee, the SSN. Okay? Yeah. List of all employees SSNs. Okay? Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that, that's all the employees SSN. But here in this table, you get a list of those employees. Yeah. Not all, those, part of the employees. SSNs working on some projects. Okay, yeah, but this is not a complete list. This is a partial list. Yeah, so this, when you list it, so you list the ESSNs, but this ESS, this is a subset of that, subset of the whole list, right? So this is, before you write a query, you understand in this way, okay? Now, based on that, so that basically two possible solutions. Yeah. The first possible solution, who do not, right? Do not work. Yeah. So you just, the auto query, so you select auto query, for example, select. First name, L name, from, employee, E, okay, yeah. Auto query, all right? So this is auto query, yeah, all right. So then, where inner query, where condition, yeah. All right. E dot SSN not in, okay, not in. It is not in operator. All right, not in. Then your inner query, you select that works on table. So let me write here, inner, select. Select ESSN this time. From works on. Okay? Yep. Yeah. Some students put a distinct or not. Yeah. So, it's not important. even if you do not put it distinct, still, because not in, right? If some of the ESS are repeated multiple times, but this time you're not in, right? Yeah, so still okay, yeah. So this is the first way, okay, first way. The second way, very interesting, yeah. Many students use the second way, yeah. Actually, that second way also pretty good, yeah. So other students can learn this way. They use the outer join used here, yeah. So for other students, you can learn this way. Why outer join? Because when you join employee table and works on table, you do outer join, okay? Yeah, outer join. But when you do outer join, how do you join? You join their SSN, right? SSN with ESSN. But in the works on table, some of the ESN missing in the SSN part, right? SSN, you have more, ESN, you have fewer. The missing part will be filled with null, right? Based on outer join, the missing rows will be all filled with null value. So they use this property, then check the null value to give those employees. That's another nice way, okay? Yeah, so if I write, yeah, I can quickly write here, select, okay, yeah, same thing. This time, let's do outer join, all right? From outer join, so you list the employee table first. E, yeah. E, but we do left outer join, so left. Yeah. Left, for outer join, you can skip that outer, you just write a join, okay? Yeah. Because inner join, you can skip inner, right? You do not need to write inner, that keyword. Okay, you just write join. But outer join, you do not need to write out, because when you write left, we know it's outer, must be outer. There is no left inner join, right? Yeah, so we won't get confused. Yeah, so you can save a little bit. Left join works on table. Table, you can put a W, all right? On, right? So join condition on E dot SSN equals W dot ESSN. Okay, yeah. So that's the table join part, right? So yeah. So you get a table part. Then you apply the where clause on the result, on the join table. This time, because do not, look at the do not. Do not, those employees, their corresponding ESSM value should be null, right? Yeah, because no matching, filled by null, so their W dot ESSM, not matching part is null, okay? Is null. This solution also very good. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Okay, highly recommend it. Yeah, the reason is if you use this way, you can use the outer join to solve many query questions. Okay, you can use outer join to solve many questions. Yeah. So that will make your skills, SQL query writing skills, stronger. Okay? Yeah. So I highly recommend this way. Yeah. So when you look at some good ways to write SQL queries. You try to learn, okay? Every time when you see other people write good queries, so that's the time you learn, okay? Here is one, yeah. Try to understand, yeah. All right, question number 12, this one. That's the one I said many students, they use 3 tables, okay? Employee table, project table, department table, yeah, or works on table, yeah. So those students use 3 tables, as I remember. But here, right? Here we only use project table, right? Yeah. You can see, yeah, because here we need the information about project and the department, right? But project and the department. But in the project table, we have that information, right? Yeah. So here, only use the project table. One table. But so many students use 3 tables. Employee. We do not need to use employee information, right? Why you use employee information? Okay? Yeah. Department, some students use department, but department, we only use department number, right? Other than department number, we do not use other department information, right? Yeah? So, works on, you connect employee and the project number, but here we want to connect the project and the department number, right? So that's in the project table, so not in the works on table, all right? Yeah. So I saw some possibilities before. Yeah, some students did, very complicated query statements before. And those, what they did, actually correct. Okay? So they use multiple tables, correct. But the thing is, not the simplest way. So when you write a query statement, first, it should be correct. Second, it should be as simple as possible. The field table you need to use, do not use more than necessary tables. This one is an example. Okay, all right. Then, to write the query statement, 2 parts. 2 parts. First, you need to count the number of projects for each department. Department 1, number of projects controlled by department. Department 2, 3, 4, all the department, each department, you have 1 count number, right? Project count number. Yeah. So that's the first round processing. Second, you apply average function on these numbers and get 1 number. Okay, 1 average number. Yeah. The average number of projects for each department. Second, yeah. But many students, when they give me the average number, they also give me the department name, yeah, department name. But here you can see contradiction, because the average number, we only need 1 number, right? Yeah. Average between all the departments, the average is 1 number. Okay? Yeah. Those numbers, we take the average, we get a 1 number. But those students also list department names and the numbers. Then you can see when you list department names, you get several several rows, right? You get several rows, right? Yeah. Each one department you have one row, all right? But here, one number, you get only one row. One row. But here you get several rows, not compatible, right? Yeah. You put them together, one part, you expect several rows. But for one part, only one row, one number, right? That means you need to repeat several times, right? Yeah. Yeah. So that's another problem. Yeah. All right. So here I wrote in this way. Yeah. I wrote in this way. Yeah. Select average function. Apply. Yeah. But from I make the table from. We create a table in the from. Select. We count. Yeah. Count. Yeah. This time we apply the count function on project table with subgroups defined by D number, department number. Yeah. So each department you apply that count function. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you have a list of count numbers, and you define that table. Okay. Then you apply aggregate average functions on that table and on the specific field. Yeah. Yeah. Here, this table alias, you can omit. Yeah. So if you skip, it's okay. Yeah. Yeah. You do not have to put there. Table alias. Yeah. Because here we only have one table, so the DBMS won't get confused. The place we need to use alias if we have multiple tables. Then it's better we use aliases for different tables. Otherwise, we get confused, right? Yeah. When you specify a field name, it's from which table? So we get confused. Yeah. So for one table, so alias is not important. But for many tables, alias very important. Okay? For our understanding. Yeah, all right, we do not have much time, yeah. So I want to talk about our last project. We only have 3 minutes, yeah. So let me see, yeah. Yeah, for the question, yeah. Here, question number 2, the youngest employees, here I want to say, you need to think about, is it possible you have multiple employees if they, yeah, because here when we count, we look at because the birth date, yeah. So if you use the birth date, so then the youngest, most of the time, one employee. But there is a possibility, more than one employee. Think about if 2 employees, their birthdays are the same day. Think about, do you want to list 2 of them? Or only one of them or 2 of them? Think about in the real world applications, which way is the best? Okay? Think about, if in the real world you need to answer this question, which way is the best? Okay? Think about that. Yeah, so this is 1. Yeah, so when you have the maximum here, another case, maximum number of employees, is it possible for 2 of the projects, they have the same maximum number of employees? Is that possible? Right? Yes. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So here, so definitely, we learn the having clause, right? Here you have aggregate function, certain condition, yeah. So you can try if you can use the having clause, okay. So that's the one way you can try, okay. Yeah, because the purpose introduced that having clause. We want to make your query writing skills better, okay. Yeah. So you can write, better, faster. Yeah. All right. So then, yeah, we have a few more. So here, I do not have time. Yeah, so you can see. Yeah. All right. So I just leave it to you. All right, leave it to you. Yeah. And yeah. So if I can find some time, probably I record a video to explain. Okay. If I can find some time. Yeah. I hope I can.
You're going to post this module?
Yeah, sure, definitely. I will post this module as usual, right? Yeah, as usual. Yeah. Yeah. All right, that's it. So.